The TCC Foundation is integral to the science department being able to offer modern experimentation and use modern equipment that our university partners are using. And we don't have in our operating budget the funding to purchase equipment that goes obsolete every 4 to 5 years. A science lab without foundation funding essentially would look like a high school lab. And we want our students, when they come to an institute of higher education, to get the same experience at a community college that they're getting at the university level. And foundation funded equipment helps us achieve that goal. Foundation funding can go to improving our labs and new ceilings and new lighting, and it can go to new equipment, but it also goes to giving faculty time to do innovative things, not only in their classroom, but for our community. As a TCC Foundation donor and an employee of the college, it's just a blessing to be able to see the donation that you give go to someone in your department who's hired a student, and she's teaching that student how to be a scientific researcher through a project that they're doing together. Recently, 2 students in the School of Aeronautics have received a scholarship that was funded by the foundation, and they were able to almost pay for a complete license with the FAA using that foundation-funded scholarship. And so when you're donating to the foundation, you're really donating to changing someone's life. You're donating to give them an experience that is a 1 in a million experience.
I originally started TCC in 1994-95. I had a car accident and it changed my life, and so I worked for 25 years.
I had started computer science back in 1992, about 30 years earlier, and the school closed and I wasn't able to find a good fit that would work with my family situation. So during the next 22 years, I worked for the post office. And during that time, I still had the desire to learn computer. And I didn't see an injury in my future, but I had broken my neck on my postal job, and it had put me in a situation where my spine was really hurt, and it was at that time that I knew that my life wasn't finished. I had to continue to try and bring income in for my family, and I needed a new career.
When COVID hit, I was raising 2 of my grandkids at the time, and the 6 of us that were living in the house together, we all caught COVID. So me and my sister sat down, and it was like, you want to go back to school? This is the perfect time. I mean, you can't work anyway, so. And I went back to TCC. It's not easy for a grandma going back to school. It's not easy for anybody, but to find that support there. And it's not just support like educational, it's health-wise, it's heart-wise, that's what it is. It gave me an end goal, a career to come out of it, not just a job that I'm working hard at.
Going back to school at 51 was really a challenge, but I had a lot of support. TCC, they really care about their students, and I will forever be thankful for that.
It's a garden, that's what they're doing. They plant the seeds in us, and it just becomes this big garden that we all grow. What does it mean to get the scholarships? It's amazing, because I realize there's that many people out there that actually care. You know, they support me, they're behind me, they make me feel like I'm 100 feet tall, when sometimes personally I feel like I'm about this big, but they're awesome. The donations that they gave me altered my life. It allowed me to do exactly what I needed to do and take the time and focus on my grandchildren and me.
The injury ended up being a blessing in disguise. It opened up a door for me to go back and get my education. I'd never seen it coming, but I'm so glad the opportunity is here. The doors have been opened and the possibilities are endless.
When I got my first award for being on the Dean's Honor Roll, and in 1994, I rushed to my mom to show her the little certificate. And so the first thing I thought when I was going up on stage to graduate was I couldn't wait to just rush out there and show my mom and my dad, Now that they've passed away, I could show them, look, I finally finished it. I went back, I did it, and I did it, and I did it just the way they would have wanted me to.